It's Wednesday the 7th of April, it's a Members' Day. But today, to start with, we've got Maya here from Parliament's Education team. You're going to tell us about the Changemakers Prize. What's all this about?
Well, kia ora, my name is Maya and I work on the Education team for Parliament. We've recently released a new competition called the Changemakers Prize, Te Tohu Whakawhitanga o Te Rā. And this competition calls for students and tamariki across Aotearoa to share their thoughts and opinions around an issue affecting their community or all of New Zealand.
So how do they do it? Do they write a letter? Do they make a video? How's it done?
So to submit to the competition, we ask that you enter a video of 2 minutes or less. And in that video, we'd like you to be talking to us as if you were presenting a speech to Parliament.
Right, and is it done by a whole school, a whole class, by individuals?
So there are different categories for entering. There is an individual category for Year 5-6, Year 7-8 and Year 9-10. And then there is a group category for a whole class to enter.
And it says prizes. What are the prizes? What do they get?
So there is a prize. The winners of each category win a fully funded trip to Parliament and a behind-the-scenes tour of the Parliament building.
So even if they come from out of Wellington?
Yeah, so even if you come from as far south as Stewart Island, we will pay for a fully funded trip to Wellington.
And tell us, how do you get the entries in? Where do they close? When do they close?
So the entries close on the 7th of May at 5 p.m. And for more information about entering, check out the Changemakers Prize page on Parliament website or email us at changemakers@parliament.govt.nz.
That sounds really good. That sounds really lots of opportunities, and my experience is that kids, pretending they're in Parliament, generally have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They sometimes even take it more seriously than the people who work here and get paid. Anyway, I better say what's going on today. As I said before, it's a Members' Day. We'll start off with questions to ministers. Tracy McClellan to the Minister for COVID about announcements for a bubble. Judith Collins to the Prime Minister about standing by her government statements and actions. Anna Lork to the Minister of Health about crisis mental health addiction services in the Hawke's Bay. Debbie Ngāruapaka about Maori home ownership. Shane Retty, Minister of Health, about waiting times in emergency departments. Tamati Coffey to the Minister of Tourism about what effect quarantine-free travel will have to the tourism industry. Matt Ducey to the Minister of Health about the report of the Director of Mental Health and Addiction Services. Gaurav Sharma to the Minister of Transport about the rail link between Hamilton and Auckland. David Seymour to the Prime Minister about vaccination rollout. Naisi Chen to the Minister of Youth about supporting young people impacted by COVID. Chris Bishop to the Minister for COVID about vaccinations. And Ricardo Menendez-March to the Minister of Social Development about support for people under 30 who are not in paid work. We'll then go on to a general debate and members' orders of the day. There's a continuation of the first reading of Maureen Pugh's bill, which is about recovering windblown trees on conservation land. There's an accident compensation notice of decisions amendment bill first reading in the name of Simon Watts, one of the new National MPs. The Sunscreen product safety standard bill first reading from Todd Muller. What that does is set mandatory requirements for sunscreen, making sure that it works. There's a bill in the name of Matt Ducey, first reading the Killing a Police Dog Amendment Bill. The first reading from Teresa Ngobi of the Holidays Parent-Teacher Interview Leave Amendment Bill. All pretty self-explanatory. So Parliament sits from 2 till 6, from 7 till 10 today. This morning select committees have been sitting, and we'll be back here again just before 2 o'clock tomorrow, Thursday, the 8th of April.